Hi there and welcome to Ask Mbithe. Today I want to speak to you about COVID and taxes in Kenya. I will focus on what the president said, what this means for you, and most importantly, when should you expect the relief to come your way. Last month, President Uhuru Kenyatta passed a couple of executive orders, the key of them being a reduction in pay as you earn from 30 to 25%, as well as a reduction in corporate tax from 30 to 20%. Let's start with pay as you earn. The effective date for this was 1st of April 2020. What this means simply is at the end of April, you're expected to get slightly higher than what you earned in March, assuming that you are not laid off and you did not have to go through a reduction in your salary. This might not be the case. We have 1.5 more weeks before April ends. MPs will only be sitting once a week on Wednesdays. The next sitting is next week. Now, unless the MPs go through the tax amendment bill, which contains a proposal for a reduction in pay as you earn, and take a vote on it, then your April salary will remain the same. What I'm saying in other words is this. The president can make an executive order. He has every right to do that. But it has to go through the legal making process, which means that his measures have to be incorporated in a tax bill, which is taken to Parliament. It goes through the first, second, third reading. The MPs debate on it. If they pass it, then it goes straight ahead for the president to assent. The good news is the tax bill is already out. The bad news is that your pay may not be higher in the month of April. So don't go and start celebrating just yet, and don't plan for this money. Maybe in the end of May, you might be able to receive this. The second component of this tax issue is corporate taxes. The president further said that he expected a reduction from 30% to 25% for the companies that are in Kenya. Now, for this to happen, as I had said earlier, it has to be anchored in the tax amendment bill. What we've currently seen, which is sitting in Parliament, there's no mention of a lower corporate tax bracket. In other words, no measure has been incorporated into the bill, implying that this 30% to 25% reduction might not be forthcoming anytime soon. In all of this, you have a responsibility to keep filing your payee and your corporate tax obligations with the Kenya Revenue Authority as you have been. You have to keep looking out for when this bill turns into law, because unless it becomes law, then all of these relief measures that the government has spoken to us through the president, whereas they are welcome, are only hearsay at this point in time. So for now, keep putting cash aside because cash is king, and don't plan for any revenue before you get it. And if you are a payroll expert or a corporate tax expert, perhaps you can talk to me and maybe we could be able to speak to others and be able to inform them on how to plan to be better prepared once some of these measures are inculcated in law. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy your working from home or from wherever you're watching from. And let's talk. Tell me what else you would like me to discuss on Ask Mbithe. And if you also want to have a one-on-one with me, either to discuss business or personal finance, I'm more than available. You can see my contacts right below. Thank you. Enjoy your time. See you soon back here on Ask Mbithe.